Hello everyone. I'm sure you all would have been waiting for the Dandanaka series to happen live, but some technical issues I'm not able to go live from my YouTube channel, which is why I'm recording in my phone and I'm going to upload it later. So it will be there. Very sorry about this. I need to figure out certain technicalities and changes that YouTube makes suddenly. So here it is, edition 9 of Dandanaka series, Dreams. I have always been fascinated by dreams, you know that? I vividly remember my dreams. And sometimes, if I really want to know what is going to happen in my dream, and I had for some reason I just got up from my sleep when I was dreaming, and if the dream gets cut, then I would go back to sleep, and you won't believe me if I say you this, my dreams continue. And I can remember every single bit of my dream. And one thing that I usually do is, I've started recently doing, is to have a dream journal, because it is very interesting for me, and it tells me a lot about things that is happening in my life. So that is about why dreams for you all today. When I started looking for stories about dreams, of course, there are so many stories in folk tales and fairy tales and mythology. But of course, folk tales and mythology interests me so much, which is why I thought we'll explore one or two stories from folk tales and fairy tales, and then probably give you some tidbits of information about dreams and mythology. All right, so here we go. The first story that I wanted to tell you all today is a beautiful story. It's a folktale from Baghdad. Very long time ago in Baghdad, there lived a very poor man. A poor man who believed that dreaming is good. And one day, when he was sleeping soundly, he dreamt something. And in his dream, somebody said that go to this place, Cairo, and there you will find ways to become a rich man. So he was very, very fascinated, and in his dream, he also saw a particular mosque. And so he just went there to this place, and he went to this mosque. And since it was night, he decided to just rest there by the side of the mosque, and thought the next day morning he would inquire about about his dream and about some hidden treasure, maybe in and around that mosque area. And so he went on to a nice deep sleep, and that was when two thieves decided to enter the mosque, or not the mosque, the house that was right next to the mosque, and steal things from there. But as they were trying to do that, they put something down, and it caused a lot of disturbance, and the owners woke up. But before they could just come, these two thieves ran away. And when they came out to see who it was, they saw this man twisting and tossing in his sleep. Probably he was dreaming. Yeah. And he was right next to the house, right next to the mosque. And so they decided that he was the man who had tried to rob their house. So immediately the police was called, and the policeman took him there, and nice thrashings, because he refused to accept, he didn't do it in the first place, that he was the thief that had come to rob their house. He said, "No, I'm a poor man. I come from Baghdad. I have nothing to do with this." But nobody was ready to listen. The police gave him nice thrashes and put him to jail. After 3 days, seeing that nobody came looking for this man, the chief of the officer felt very sorry for him and said, "You should have just accepted, right, that you were the one who came there to steal their house, rob their belongings?" And he said, "No, why would I? I never came here. I'm a poor man. I'm an innocent man. I came here because of a dream." "A dream? That is very strange. What was your dream about?" "My dream, somebody in my dream told me that if I come to this particular place in this particular city, then I would become rich. I'm a poor man, you see, and I'm just waiting for some good luck in my life. And I see that the richness was all gone, and It just has given me some thrashings from the police officers, and now I have a bad name next to my name, saying that I'm the thief who came to steal here. What do I do now? Listening to this, the police officer said, "Ha! It's so strange that you believe in dreams. You know what? I keep dreaming too, and there is this strange dream that comes to me every night. And in that dream, I see someone, and that someone tells me, go to this house in Baghdad that is right next to the fountain. And in that house, if you go to the garden, below or beneath the big washing stone lies a huge treasure." And do you think I'm wasting my time, my dear fellow, going to Baghdad because I have other better things to do here? The moment the police officer said this, the poor man's eyes sparkled in wonder. Wow, he didn't say anything there. But then when he was released, he quickly ran to his house. The house that was right next to the fountain, his own house. When he stepped out to the garden, there he saw the washing stone that he had been washing his clothes for years and years. He dug up that place, and under the washing stone, just like the police officer's dream, was a big pot full of treasure. Alas, a dream had definitely made him a poor man to be a rich man. Now that is the story about how dreams can come true, right? But there is also another beautiful story that I have for you all from Thailand. And now this story is a story that is published in this year's Feast storybook for story lovers. It is called Royals Wise and Otherwise. I had contributed a story in this book this year, but along with me, there are also 26 other storytellers who had contributed a story to this book. And today I'm going to pick a story from that, which is given by a very renowned storyteller from Thailand called Vayupathosa. This is a story about a king. A king who was very happy that he was keeping everybody in his kingdom contented and full of joy. And now this king sometimes used to think, am I being the real nice king? Am I giving them everything that I need? And so one day he just went to his chief minister and said, now I have a question for you, chief minister. Do you think that everybody in my kingdom is happy? Are they getting everything they need? Now the prime minister knew that the king was doing so much for them. And so with a laugh he said, of course, your majesty, you keep everything happening for us. You know, if I have to say that there is something that you cannot or have not done, then it is only making the literal dreams that we dream come true. But those words from the chief minister caught the king's attention. He said, why not? Maybe I will do that as well. I will make all the dreams that you dream also come true. I'm a king who wants to see all my people happy. And then he made a big announcement the next day. Everybody listen, listen, listen. The king has decided, has declared to make all the dreams that you dream come true. So if you have a dream or if you did dream of something, please come to the king and tell your dream, and alas, he will make it happen for you. The people were so excited. Some were even sleeping so much so that they could get a good dream. And when people had dreams, they came running to the king. They said, King, you know what? Today I dreamt that I have a huge house for myself. Is it so? So be it. Please give him a huge house. And then there was another woman who came and said, I dreamt that, I have a beautiful necklace. A necklace that everybody is so jealous of. Oh, a beautiful necklace. May you get a beautiful necklace. I dreamt that I had a big shop right next to the market. So be it, you'll get a big shop right next to the market. Every other dream of every other person in the kingdom was fulfilled. Now, there are always people who take advantage of such situations, don't you think so? Very clever and manipulative people. Now, there was one such, an old grandfather who was almost in the verge of death, but he had no one to take care of him. And so, you know what he did? He decided to make up a dream so that he would get somebody to take care of him in his old age. So he went straight to the king and said, "Oh, my dear king, I'm an old man dying, and I was just hearing about the beautiful things that you have been doing. I have one last wish. I dreamt that I was married to the richest merchant's daughter in this town." Ha! The king was so glad hearing praises from the old man, and he immediately said, "So be it. May you be married to the richest merchant's daughter tomorrow only." Ah, the grandfather knew no bound of joy. He was so happy, and he said, Baba, I just can't imagine getting married to a 15-year-old girl. Oh my God, I'm going to be the happiest man on earth, and she's going to be there to take care of me. How sweet, how sweet. He was very, very happy indeed. And in his excitement, he decided to go and visit the rich merchant's daughter. Of course, everybody in the town knew who that rich merchant was, and everybody knew that he had a lovely little daughter who was just 15 years of age. He went inside and said, "So nice to see you." He prayed his respects. He gave his respects. The merchant gave his respects to the grandfather. He said, "Welcome, Grandpa. What would you need? Let me know." He said, "I'm going to become your son-in-law. I had a dream that I married your daughter, and the king granted my dream wish. So tomorrow, be ready. I'm going to marry that beautiful daughter of yours. Where is she? Where is she? She's shy and hiding from me." The girl walked out and said, "If that is what the king has said, I cannot refuse. Wait until tomorrow, and maybe I will be your wife, become your wife." The grandpa went back home very happily. But then the father, the rich merchant, was horrified. He turned back and looked at his daughter, all of 15-year-old. She had a beautiful life ahead of her, but this dream of this grandpa is going to just crush everything into pieces. "Are you really going to marry him?" "No, Daddy. Do you think it'll ever happen? But I cannot do anything about the king's orders. If this has to be changed, then the king has to change his mind. We will have to think to do something about that." Now there was a gardener in their house who loved the little girl so much. He had seen her right when she was from a baby. And so she called out to the gardener uncle for help. She said, "Can you please do this for me so that things will settle down for me?" The gardener was all the more happy to help that little one whom he loved so much. And he went to the king next day and he said, "Oh dear king, I had a great dream yesterday, and I just wanted to know, is that offer still going on that you make dreams, people's dreams come true?" And he said, of course, yes, yes. "Oh, in that case, I'm the most happiest and the most luckiest man in this whole universe." The gardener said, "Oh, I pray tell me what your dream is. Let me see if I can fulfill it. I like to see my people happy and joyous, you know." The king was very proud. But then the gardener said, "I will have to tell this only in your ears. Whatever it is, do let me know." And "What? How can you have such ridiculous, unimaginable, punishable dream? This is not happening. This is definitely not happening. Forget it. The king was furious. But, but you were the one who said right a moment before that you will make it happen. I did, but this is something ridiculous. This cannot happen. Are you crazy? No, when you were able to say yes to an old man marrying a 15-year-old child, this should also be possible, my lord, your majesty. Don't you think so? That was like a nail that stuck the king's forehead. And he realized what a blunder he has been making. And then he called out in open, said everybody that this is not going to happen anymore. I'm not going to grant your dreams to come true. And from then on, the whole city, they say, lived happily and contented because they realized dreams are for hope and inspiration to move on with life. Now, what do you think the gardener could have dreamt? The gardener dreamt that he was going to marry the queen. So this is a beautiful story from Thailand that is found in this book by Vayupa Tosa. Thank you so much, Vayupa, for sharing this gem of a story with us. I'm very glad that I could share this story with my viewers here today. So that was the two stories that I wanted to tell you all today. I hope you had fun time listening to these stories. But I have some interesting facts for you all. Now, in world mythology, there is so much about dreams, and especially the Japanese mythology. Let me read it out for you. I have it here with me, but I need my glasses. Getting old, you see. I've written it down. So it says, in Japanese mythology, there is this creature called Baku. And now this creature Baku is supposed to be something that catches your nightmares and helps you fall asleep peacefully. How many times we get nightmares and we just wake up with a start, you know. So in Japanese mythology, they believe that there is this creature called Baku. Initially, people say that it was taken from Chinese mythology, but it became a part of the Japanese mythology. Now, this Baku creature was supposed to be a creature which was created by the gods when they had created all the animals and they had some, parts of some animals left. So they say the Baku has the nose of an elephant, he has the body of a wild bear, the tail of an oxen, and the claws of a tiger, and the eyes of a rhinoceros. So this Baku is supposed to get into the minds and take away all the nightmares that you have. Even today in Japan, people or children, if they are so scared of nightmares, they call out to Baku and say, Baku-san, Baku-san, please come and eat all our nightmares. Baku-san, Baku-san, please come and eat all our nightmares. Baku-san, Baku-san, please come and eat all our nightmares. They say it 3 times and go to bed. But you have to be very cautious, for you cannot call Baku-san just like that. Because if you call Baku-san and he comes, and if his appetite of eating dreams is not satisfied, they say that he might as well eat your hopes and desires, which might leave you all blank. So, Baku-san is called when you are in real trouble with nightmares. And sometimes they say people hang Baku-san's image right beside their bed, praying to him to save them or to prevent nightmares in their dreams. How sweet, right? Now that is from Japan. Now, the second thing is from Greece. Of course, Greece mythology is very, very rich. And in Greece mythology, Morpheus is the man. Morpheus is the son of Hypnos, and Hypnos is the god of sleep. Now, Morpheus is called the dream messenger because of the thousand sons that Hypnos had. They say only Morpheus could take a human form, and he is pictured to be very huge with big wings, having a demon like appearance. The big wings are for him to travel through the dreams really, really fast. And now, what does Morpheus do? He gives people messages in their dreams, messages that are supposed to be coming from God himself. So that was what Morpheus does. But Morpheus had another brother, and this brother's name was Phobiter. Now, Phobiter was the one, they say, brought all the nightmares. So this is what Greek mythology tells us about dream gods. Very similar to this, there is also the Germanic folklore, which says or talks about a creature called Mara. Now, this Mara was an evil spirit which sits on the chest of people and causes nightmares to you. So, now they also say there is a theory which says that nightmare, the word nightmare, was derived from Mara. So that is from the Germanic folklore. Now, very interesting is another very interesting thing is a Native American folklore which talks about, or a Native American myth which talks about a tribe. I don't know how you pronounce this. It is Ojibwe. I'm saying it as Ojibwe. I really don't know how they pronounce this. But now, in those tribes, they believed that people all lived in a big, huge turtle island. And there was one woman, a spider woman, and her name was Asibikakshi. And now, this Asibikakshi was the one who was looking after all the people in the island. Now, since she was a spider woman, they say she built a lodge which is naturally a cobweb, which would, in the night and in the morning, it will have dewdrops, and these dewdrops will catch the sunlight, and it gave sunlight to the people of that island. And now, they also believed that this lodge, the cobweb lodge, helped people in a lot other ways too. So this actually filtered all the nightmares and gave only the good dreams to the people of the Native American tribe. And now, as the days went by, they say that people moved out to different parts of the world, and the spider woman was not able to go. And so she gave them the permission to make their own lodges, and blessed that when these lodges were hung by their head when they were sleeping, they would not get any nightmares. Can you guess what these lodges could be? Of course, dream catchers. So the dream catchers, if you see, will have web like strings, the circle with web like strings in it. And so when you hang it, they say that it allows only the good dreams to pass through, and the nightmares are all caught in the web. What a beautiful theory they have, right? So this is from the Native American legend. Like this, the dream legends are so many and so more. Whatever it is, dreams are for hope and inspiration. And like I put in my promo video, let us not forget that some of the great inventions and discoveries were the results of a dream, like the periodic table or the sewing machine or even the spiral form of a DNA, or even the benzene ring. Everything, the result, the riddle was solved in a dream. So I love dreams, and keep dreaming. take your dreams for hope and inspiration. And if this session was very interesting for you guys, I request you all to pass on this to other people who you think will love this. And please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you so much for watching. So Dandanaka series edition 9 ends here. I will see you all next Saturday in Endronra Kada, where we tell stories in Tamil, the title for which will be out very, very soon. Until then, good night, sweet dreams. It's Lavanya Prasad signing off. Tata.